Hi, today we are going to learn about how the IELTS speaking test is scored. In one of my videos, we learned about the assessment criteria for the IELTS speaking test, and we learned that there are four assessment criteria, namely fluency and coherence, lexical results, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. Let's begin with fluency and coherence. A candidate who doesn't attempt any of the questions gets band score 0. For a candidate who speaks with long pauses, with limited ability to link simple sentences, the candidate will get band 3. If a candidate cannot respond without noticeable pauses and also speak with frequent repetitions, band 4. Now for band 5, the candidate usually maintains flow of speech, and a candidate may overuse certain connectives and discourse markers. For band 6, candidate is willing to speak at length, although they may lose coherence at sometimes. They use a range of connectives, but not always appropriately. For band 7, candidate speaks at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. Now, for 8, they're able to speak fluently with only occasional repetitions, and they're able to also develop topics coherently and appropriately. 9, they do same for band 8, but just that they are able to speak fluently with only rare repetitions. Now let's talk about lexical results. For lexical results, a candidate will get band 2 if they produce isolated words. Band 3 if they use simple vocabulary to convey personal information and use insufficient vocabulary for less familiar topics. Band 4, candidate is able to talk about familiar topics and rarely attempt paraphrasing. Band 5, they manage to talk about both familiar and unfamiliar topics, but uses vocabulary with limited flexibility. Band 6, candidate has a wide enough vocabulary to discuss topics at length. They are able to paraphrase successfully. Band 7, candidate is able to paraphrase effectively and also use vocabulary resource flexibly to discuss a variety of topics. They are also able to use some less common and idiomatic vocabulary. Band 8, candidate uses paraphrase effectively and also uses less common and idiomatic vocabulary. Band 9, candidate uses vocabulary with full flexibility and precision in all topics. In addition, they're able to use idiomatic language naturally and accurately. The next one we will talk about is grammatical range and accuracy. If a candidate is not able to produce basic sentence, you get band 2. For band 3, they're able to attempt basic sentence but with limited success, and they make a lot of errors. Band 4, they produce basic sentence and some correct simple sentences. Errors are frequent and may lead to misunderstanding. For band 5, they produce basic sentence with reasonable accuracy and use a limited range of more complex structures. For 6, there is a mix of simple and complex structures, and they may also make frequent mistakes with complex structures. For band 7, there is a range of complex structures with some flexibility. although grammatical mistakes may persist. And for 8, they use a wide range of structures flexibly and produce majority of error-free sentences. For band 9, they use a full range of structures naturally and appropriately and produce consistently accurate structures. Lastly, let's talk about pronunciation. If a candidate is not able to make intelligible speech, we get band 2. Now for band 4, they use a limited range of pronunciation features, and most of the times they are not able to do a good pronunciation. That there's mispronunciation of some of the words. For band 5, candidate shows all the positive features of band 4 and some, but not all, of positive features of band 6. For band 6, candidate uses a range of pronunciation features with miscontrol, and they can generally be understood throughout their speech. For band 8, candidate uses a wide range of pronunciation features, and candidate is easy to be understood throughout their speech. For band 9, candidate is effortless to be understood and uses a full range of pronunciation features with precision. The last thing we will talk about is how the speaking section score is calculated. Now, this is a sample result of 3 candidates, A, B, and C. So for candidate A, you will calculate the average of the score, and the average is calculated by adding all the scores and dividing by 4. So when divided by 4, the candidate had 5.75. Let me point out here that when the average is calculated and it results in a decimal figure, which is 0.25, it is rounded to the next half band. On the other hand, if it ends in 0.75, it is rather rounded to the next whole band. So that explains why candidate A, although had 5.75 in the average, but was given a score of 6.0. So this is the same principle that is being used for candidate B and C. For candidate C, the average is 6.25, but I had 6.5 because 0.25 was rounded to the next half band, which is 0.5.